Yeah, I mean, it's a long story, but yeah, I think the way I left wasn't the way I wanted. I wanted to leave, a lot of fans and the club happy for me to leave, but I think a lot of things happened, and I think everyone knew that I wanted to come back home because I miss my family, but I wanted to do it in a way where the club can support me, and yeah, I have no regrets. Fenerbahçe is still my second family, and they've done a lot for me, so I'll always be grateful for them.
Basında o dönem bu ayrılık sürecinin en büyük nedeninin para olduğu konuşuldu. Bu doğru mu, değil mi?
I think a lot of journalists in Turkey, they make up stories because they want attention, but for me, and the club knows as well, I never once asked for a contract. What happened was I was offered a contract at the start of the season from Mario. We agreed, but at the time I was changing agents because I remember in pre-season I saw on Twitter, one of the journalists called Yağız tweet about me wanting an amount of money, and I was unaware about this. I didn't know anything about this. Then I saw a message from my agent, my old agent at the time, discussing this with the journalist, behind my back. And this really irritated me, When I obviously saw this, I wanted to leave my agent and sign with a new one. But I didn't want to sign a deal with Fenerbahçe with him because I didn't want him to get part of the money or anything, So me and Mario agreed that once I get a new agent that I would sign the deal. And yeah, I think that's where the rumors started. And, I think for me, I should have tried to ignore it as much as possible because in Turkey you always hear stories, but that one really touched me because I didn't want Fenerbahçe fans to ever think that I'm asking for money, because I'm grateful for even playing for Fenerbahçe, so I would never ask for such a ridiculous amount, But yeah, I think that's just football and that's something I've learned.
Peki Fenerbahçe maçlarını takip ediyor mu hala?
Yeah, I always watch Fenerbahçe games.
Atmosferi özledi mi?
Yeah, I mean, it was a family club. I miss the staff, Zeki, Sinan, the ones behind the scenes because I really was close with them. But I still get to this day a lot of messages, a lot of support from the fans. So yeah, I'm always grateful for this.
Önümüzde de bir Galatasaray-Fenerbahçe derbisi var. Unutamadığın bir derbi anı var mı?
Just crazy, really. I think for me personally, I enjoyed it because I think my first full 90 against Gala, we won at home. I think it was 2-0. But every time, before the game, we were told by the president, by the manager, how important the game was and how intense it is. And I remember the times we did win, going back to Samandra was like a parade, A lot of people coming out to show support and love, and that's something I will never forget.